on a frozen morning where breath turned into pale smoke and the earth felt carved from glass, a narrow channel of dark. Water cut through the ice like a test of courage laid bare for all to see. People gathered close, wrapped in heavy coats and woolen hats, their faces red from cold and anticipation, forming a living wall around the opening as if guarding a sacred ritual. One by one, participants stepped forward, shedding layers not out of carelessness but intention, revealing skin to the winter air with a quiet bravery that silenced the crowd. At the center, a woman lowered herself into the icy water, her body tensing as the cold seized her breath, yet her eyes held steady, focused, refusing to surrender to panic. The water embraced her like a shock of truth, unforgiving and pure, erasing comfort and replacing it with clarity. Helpers stood close, ready but restrained, understanding that this moment belonged to her alone. Around her, others waited their turn, shivering not just from cold but from the knowledge that fear was inevitable and temporary, while endurance could be lasting. The trees in the background stood leafless and still, witnesses to countless winters, their silence reminding everyone that nature does not negotiate, it only invites. As seconds stretched, the woman inhaled deeply, finding rhythm in the ache, discovering that within discomfort lived a surprising calm. The crowd watched with a mixture of concern and admiration, strangers bound together by the shared understanding that this was not madness, but meaning. When she finally rose from the water, droplets freezing on her skin, there was no dramatic cheer, only a collective exhale. A subtle nod of respect passed from one soul to another. In that instant, the cold no longer felt like an enemy, but a teacher, stripping life down to its raw essentials: breath, will, presence. Those who followed stepped forward with steadier hearts, inspired by what they had witnessed, knowing that courage is contagious when fear is faced honestly. Long after the water stilled and the ice reclaimed its quiet authority, the memory of that plunge lingered, not as pain, but as proof that humans sometimes seek the harshest conditions not to suffer, but to remember what it means to feel fully, fiercely alive.